We'll be back with a vengeance and an erection.
The Leafs goalied themselves. They decided to start Matt Murray.
In the big 2024, Matthew Murray is playing games for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
It's crystal clear that Matt Murray's not an NHL goaltender anymore.
And that third line is one of the best in the NHL.
The Russian gas is so good.
The Russian gas is absolutely real, but Alex Ovechkin is not.
If there was a Russian Captain America, Ovechkin is Captain Russia.
If he played back when Gretzky played, he would have beat this record 4 or 5 years ago.
This man broke his motherfucking leg 40 days ago, and he played an NHL game today.
The best goal scorer of all time.
This is Fan First Network.
Summer of 69. This was definitely not the best day of my life. I will admit that. I woke up at 4:30 in the morning to work a shift I did not want to work. And I watched the Leafs lose 5-2 to the Washington Capitals. Let's get this pod started.
Leafs lost tonight, but you know what? It's the way she goes. We'll be back with a vengeance and an erection come Tuesday.
People recognize me. I was walking through Yorkdale the other day, and you know how many people came up to me and be like, "Oh my God, you were the guy that interviewed Nikita Grabenkin?"
That's what I'm saying.
Not one. Not one single person.
Oh.
The undisputed UFC
Champion
of the world!
All right, so welcome to another edition of the Legends Row mini pod. My name is Ryan May. This is Nicko Davies-Hall. This is Joey Weber, and this is Fan First Leafs. So, boys, we lose to the Washington Capitals. Alexander Ovechkin, empty net goal to end the game. I think it finished 5-2. I don't think we were very good today.
No. Actually, you know what? I disagree with that statement. I really think the only two things I can say about this game were we got goalied. Pretty bad.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We had more shots than Washington did today.
We had many more shots than Washington did today. But what's his face? Thompson put on an absolute masterclass of a goaltending performance for the Washington Capitals. And second thing, the Leafs goalied themselves because they decided to start Matt Murray against the first team in the Central Division. Metro or Central? Metro. Metro Division. What are you doing?
I just
We'll talk about that a little later on.
Well, no,
but
let's just talk about it right now. All right, Payton, you want to get in here? Payton Manning. I'm fucking calling this guy Payton Manning. All right, everybody slide this way. Slide this way. We have a surprise. We have a surprise entry. This is a second debut into the Legends Row mini pod. It is our Fan First Bills host. It's Payton McWilliam. My guy's obviously a Leafs fan, though.
Absolutely, Matt Murray is the best goaltender in the National Hockey League.
Look at that transition. That's exactly okay. So that's what we were talking about. In the big 2024, Matthew Murray is playing games for the Toronto Maple Leafs. First against Buffalo, it was like it's fine. He's playing against Buffalo. They've lost 11 straight. Like, it is what it is. And then tonight he was in against the fucking Washington Capitals in Ovi's first game back. I don't understand the decision making. I'm not interested in seeing Matt Murray play games for the Maple Leafs. Bring Dennis Hildeby in. Let him take chances because I don't see any reason as to why Matt Murray needs to be getting starts for this team this year.
Like I'm saying, we've seen, 2 hip replacements from him?
Yes.
And we saw that. It was that third goal. He was so far out of position, and there was no chance he was going to slide all the way over. No chance, right? I agree. Let's develop our young guys. Let them come up. Hildeby's had enough games in the A, right? I would say, why not? We're going to get more for the future out of that than we're going to with some 30-year-old. Yeah, I understand he was great in his prime. He has a 6 resume, but you got to appreciate what the scenario is, and it's not to play Murray.
What about you? You think we should be giving Matt Murray starts?
Yeah, no, honestly, just to piggyback on that, it's crystal clear that Matt Murray's not an NHL goaltender anymore. What are we doing? What are we doing? We need to be winning games. We're fighting for the Atlantic right now, and we got Matt Murray starting games in 2024. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know.
I'll say one more quick thing. We were gifted a Florida loss against a very shitty team that I will not name, but a very shitty team did beat the Florida Panthers today. There's our opportunity to jump ahead, and we can't do it. Why are we playing Murray? Play Hildeby, or it's risky. Play wall to wall back to back. He just had
I got no issue
to wall. Little pun there, right? Yeah. He just had 3 days off, little Christmas turkey. Some of the other boys had a little too much Christmas turkey, but I think Wall, he knows his diet. I think he's okay, right?
Honestly, anything to not see Matt Murray, it just doesn't make any sense. So who do you think stood out to you today on the Maple Leafs? Is there anybody in particular?
I do like Bobby McMissile. I think that man is...
Bobby McBong hit.
I think that man is an absolute wagon.
No, we're getting to this guy's saying This guy's saying give a shout out to Ovi. We're getting there. We're gonna talk about Ovi shortly. We're gonna talk about Ovi. We know he's on the chase. It's in the schedule. Okay, yeah. So Bobby McMahon, is that your guy?
Yeah, I'll say Bobby McMahon. He played a pretty good game. He putted out a second. Kind of thought it was goaltender interference, but if they're not going to review it, I'm not going to say anything. So forget I ever said anything to begin with. But he's been, ever since he came back from injury, he's been playing lights out. I've always liked the way he plays. Big body, knows how to use it, knows how to put himself positionally, set plays up. Honestly, I think he's a very good third line man. And
third line Bobby McMahon, if you will.
But that third line, we've said it before and we'll say it again. That third line is one of the best in the NHL at the moment. It's grind and bump and put some pucks in the back of the net that you don't really expect people, like some players, to be doing. But the fact that they are, makes life so much fun.
I'm with you. For today, my player of the game would be Max Domi. I think Max Domi was electric today. He was streaking down the ice over and over and over again. He got the assist on the McMahon goal. He looks at home on that line with Bobby McMahon. So for me, Max Domi, admittedly, it was a 5-2 loss. It's hard to pick that many standouts for the Maple Leafs. But for me, it would be Max Domi.
Can I flip it real quick to see someone who opposite standout?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so my guy, Willie Stiles, right here, number 88. I want to see a little more, buddy. I know, when you have Christmas dinner with your family and the turkey's sitting there and you see that turkey leg and it's so big and you're like, I shouldn't do it, so you don't, because you're going to be feeling pretty, groggy later on.
Yes.
I think he did it. I think he did that turkey leg, And he'll be back. He'll be back, but he's been a little sluggish the last 2 games. We'll see him back, but Willie, I need to pick it up, buddy. It'll come. It'll come.
Willie's on his Christmas holiday still. It kind of looks like it, but can't blame him. He's been absolutely lights out all year so far. Yeah. What about you, Payton? Who is your guy?
Yeah, you know what? Speaking from experience, I ate the turkey leg as well. I'm not feeling good. But yeah, we talked about it already. It's a 5-2 loss. I'm not picking a player of the game, but John Tavares gets way too much shit. He has since he signed here. Okay, this guy has been lights out all year. It's time to give John Tavares his fucking flowers. Okay, and that's all I got. Give John Tavares his flowers.
I'm worried about how much money we're going to have to pay John Tavares if we want to keep him around. I didn't want him to be re-signed at the start of this season, and I have completely changed my mind on that.
Can I ask you a question regarding Tavares? Do you think this whole dropping the C, giving it to Matthews, do you think that's made it easier to Tavares? Is that a farce, or do you think it's genuinely helped him out?
I think it's purely because of that amulet. I don't know what the fuck is in that thing, buddy, but that thing is...
It's magic. It's magic.
It's made me speechless. For somebody that talks so much, it has taken words out of my vocabulary to describe what John Tavares is doing this season. I heard somebody say that he should be earning $6.5 million next year.
Me, bro. How are we going to do that?
That is insane. That should not have happened going into his last year of an aging contract. But here we are. It's December, and he's top 3, top 5 in Leafs goals right now.
Yeah.
I think he's number 2.
I would say he's second. I think he's second. Yeah, I think he's sitting. I think he's sitting there right after Nylander. I don't know. John Tavares at the beginning of the season for me was not going to be a Maple Leaf at the start of next season. Now I could see. Neither was Marner, but now I could see them both being back. Unfortunately, in Marner's sense, that's a little bit of my personal opinion there. I know Payton agrees with me. Joey agrees. You want to see Marner stay? Quick answer.
I plead the 5th.
Okay, fine, fair enough. Listen. Marner's also been good this year. Okay, so let's get to it. We've been beating around the Ovechkin bush here. But 40 days ago, this man broke his motherfucking leg. 40 days ago, and he played an NHL game today. The Russian gas is so good. Honestly, all of us need a little bit of the Russian gas. Maybe we'd be sent straight to the moon. So, the goal chase, there's 26 left now, 25 left. How many? I think it's thereabouts till he catches Gretzky. Are you happy about it? Do you want to see Ovi sit at the top of the leadership board, and does he do it this year?
I was having this conversation with my dad the other day, and if there was a Russian Captain America, Ovechkin is Captain Russia, because that man...
That'd be a villain, though. If it's an MCU sort of thing, that'd be a villain.
In the eyes of Leafs fans tonight, he surely is a villain, because potting one empty net never feels good, especially from Ovi, the empty net merchant. But at the end of the day, this was a record that I don't think anybody ever expected to be broken. Mm-hmm. And it's going to happen. If not this season, he's going to stay in the league until he does it next season. And then that day, he will retire. I want to see it. I think everybody in the NHL wants to see it. Every fan, every player. Gretzky wants to see it, for fuck's sakes.
Okay, so I'm of the same opinion. I would love to see it happen. I would love to see it happen this year, to be honest. The faster he does it, the more sick it looks. And honestly, like, I'm all for seeing the greatest guys do the greatest things in my era that I get to watch. What about you? Are you in the same boat?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, two things. Ovechkin, if he played back when Gretzky played, he would have beat this record like 4 or 5 years ago. The technology, like, look at the goaltending difference.
100 goals.
He's the best goaltender or goal scorer of all time, hands down. And like, I think Gretzky retired when I was like 2 years old. I think I could be wrong on that. Anyway, the Ovechkin's been the guy I've grown up watching. I want to see my generation of who I've been watching score that goal to beat that record. It'd be absolutely electric. One more little thing. We'll talk about the Russian gas. Why did Matthews go to Germany? Why did Matthews go to Russia?
Honestly,
You know?
Maybe Matthews would be healthy if he went and got some of the Russian gas. All right, Payton, what about you? How you feel about the OV goal chase?
I think it's really easy for Leafs fans to be bitter because this man has absolutely owned us, put our ass on a platter, and slayed us like a dragon. Okay, the Russian gas is absolutely real, but Alex Ovechkin is not. He is the best goal scorer of all time. Don't be bitter. Respect it. Respect it. Wayne Gretzky respects it. It's his record. He's the best of all time. But Alex Ovechkin is the best goal scorer of all time. Respect.
If that was the last time we see Alexander Ovechkin in Toronto, hats off to you. What a career. You absolutely killed us. And it is
If we don't go win a cup this
it's
year.
been a pleasure fucking watching you. And that was my his cup was my favorite cup of the last 10 years. So like
That was the most deserving cup in NHL history. Their celebrations was just pure.
Hello.
What do you guys have to say about Alexander Ovechkin and him almost breaking the goal record?
You know what? I'm really disappointed that he didn't do it tonight.
he should have got all 26 goals tonight. Guys, well, that's it. We are done. The Fan First Mini Pod, Legends Row Mini Pod, it is over. Nicko Davies-Hall, Ryan May, Joey Weber, Payton McWilliam. This is Fan First Leafs. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, all that good shit. And we'll see you next time on New Year's Eve.
This is Fan First Network.